trying to get my life together.
Trying to get your life together?
Yeah. I like inventing things.
Yeah.
So I've just been like working on that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
My girlfriend's trying to get the housing things figured out. We almost got a trailer last month, but that broke through. This month we almost got to share an apartment with a couple friends of ours to rent the whole house, and that ended up breaking through. We didn't wake up in time to go for our meeting. So it's just a bit of a struggle, right? And then me being on welfare, I only make 600, and she gets 1,000. So we kind of pull that together to survive. But I just recently lost my finger, a bit of it. And I'm constantly hurt prone, right? Like I had 30 stitches here in my hand. I almost chopped off half of my hand. This pinky was hanging. I almost chopped the whole pinky off. Yeah, so it's a little bit hard to go back to plumbing with hand injuries, right? So yeah, so it's been a bit rough.
Yeah. How about you, Matthew?
Recently got housing, but it's not going well. I really want to go back to work, but surrounded by people that are kind of like, it's making it hard for me to focus on what I need to do. I'm a bit afraid to try because when I was like my friend here, I was injured and had work, and I had to take time off work. And time went by, and I just lost my confidence and my willingness to give it my every time. Just trying every day to make it work.
Wow. I feel like crying hearing your story because I see how precious you guys are and how God has created each and every one of us to be so beautiful in His presence, right? And like for you, Dominic, it's not like you didn't know anything about church, and that was why you said what you said when I asked, do you guys know God?
Yeah. And
you automatically said yes, but Matthew was still searching. Yeah. And how did you guys meet? Like, how did you guys?
ran into each other. Just ran into each other.
You ran into each other?
Yeah.
Okay.
I meet a lot of people like that.
Yeah, you do. And so you guys kind of help each other out? Is that what it is? Or how?
No, yes and no.
Yes and no.
Just hang out. Most people like for pastime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Getting to know each other, really. Getting to know each other, really.
Yeah. Like
a new friendship.
Yeah, that's right. A new friendship brewing. That's right. That's nice. That's good. Yeah. Sometimes in life we think there's no help, right? But there is help. There is help.
Strange places.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hidden all around.
It's
Itself too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hidden all around. And you know what? I talk about Jesus all the time just because He's so real for me. But yeah, he will help people, like put people in your life, like just to help you, right?
Yep.
Like I'll tell you the whole thing regarding this. So I was in the dollar store, right? And I saw, I think it was Matthew, right? And I was just getting some stuff, but then I saw that you walked out without paying, right? And I was actually coming over like to say to you, hey, you know what? That's not really good to do that because it's being honest to pay for your stuff, right? But here, this is how good God is. He redirected me. So I didn't say that to you, right? What happened was I walked to the car and, I came back, number one, and started talking to you about Jesus, like before I even went to the car, right? And then when I went to the car, he was like, you need to go talk to those two guys. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll go talk to them. Yeah, I'll tell them whatever you want me to tell them, right? And that's what came out of this. right? And I was just basically going to tell you about Jesus and how you could come to know him, and basically just go back to my car.
Yeah.
But then here it is. You asked me for some food,
Yeah.
right? Or money. And I said, I'll buy you food instead. So it reminds me so much of in the Bible where Jesus says when there is the needy, right? And if somebody's asking you for food or whatever it is, water or drink, and you don't react to that, then you two were put into my space, right?
Yeah.
And Jesus is telling me to do that. And if I was to have not done that, I would be disobedient in doing that, right? But the fact that I did that, that is good.
Yeah.
Because it came not from myself, but it came from God himself. It came from Holy Spirit who directed me back to you, right? And so that's really cool. Yeah.
But the urge didn't come to me until you came up to me the second time.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, this is my blessing for you today. And I pray that you guys come to know the Lord even in a different way than you are now, because he's got better for all of us, right?
Yeah.
But we just don't see it. He's got better for us. And we get ourselves connected in a church, and one that caters to people, it makes it so much of a difference.
Yeah,
how your life could change. It could be whatever it is right now, but it could do a 360 in just a snap.
Yeah. Well,
right?
That's how I became homeless. It changed in the 360 right away.
That's how you became homeless.
Yeah.
Wow.
It just happened so quickly, right?
It happened so quickly. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. So have you ever contacted like your grandparents or anything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Off, yeah. My grandfather's 93 this year.
93?
Yep.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh my goodness, wow. Wow.
It's my mom I need to get in contact with.
Your mom you need to get in contact with. Do you know where she is or no?
Yeah.
You do?
Yep.
Okay. So is she, like, if you were to contact her, would she receive you or how?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then why don't you do that then?
It slips my mind sometimes.
Yeah.
Because it just caught up in all this. I don't want to swear, but bullshit anyway. Right?
Yeah. Wow.
Like planning on where you're gonna sleep at night, or how you're gonna get food. Like sometimes with the prices of things going up, it's a little hard to stretch that money that you're giving them the whole month, right? So I don't like having to boost, but sometimes you got it just to survive. Right? And then trying to find a job on top of that, and then the way people discriminate because of being homeless makes it even harder. I've been drawn to.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've got a story for sure. Everybody has a story, right? But imagine, like, what if God wants you to work in that whole area, like, because you've been on that side of the fence now of being homeless, right? And there's so much out there that so many people are in the same position you are, but not knowing where to go. And what if God is guiding you, like, in that way? I mean, sometimes he does that, right? Sometimes we get ourselves in position or in things, and next thing you know, that story that you have is for so many people, because there's so many that's going through that same thing and not quite sure what to do. Like, God could take you and put you into something like just like that, right?
Yeah. Like, that's where I hope my inventing will take me out of this, and maybe I'll come up with an idea that's like great, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. And Matthew, you what were you doing before? And so you're not doing that because it's hard to find a job in that field, or what's going on?
No, I injured myself, and then I took time off work.
Yeah.
Tools that I earned and worked hard for.
stolen from me.
You're what?
Recently, everything that I owned got stolen from me.
Oh no.
That's happened like 4 or 5 times.
Really?
Makes life really harder.
Wow. Huh.
I had to go back. And without the tools. I'm not sure where to go next. But I'm hopeful.
You're hopeful. And how about your parents? Like, is that a good relationship where you could go back to them or no?
It's something I've been thinking about, and I just having I'm having a hard time figuring out how, but I want to.
You want to, yeah. But you know where they live and stuff, right? Yeah.
I can get a hold of them.
Yeah. So I mean, like, if you showed up on the door, they're not going to refuse you. I'm 100% sure they're not going to refuse you.
Well, depending, but I mean, I'm going to try. But some days I just have to try.
Yeah.
I hope things get better.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Sometimes I feel like there's something blocking me from getting there, but it's not stopping me from trying. But sometimes I don't know. Maybe I'm too. Maybe I'm wasting time. I don't know. I'm really honest. I don't know. Fears that aren't really that shouldn't really exist anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You know, the enemy is really good in putting fear in people, number one, and making just putting things in their mind, right?
Like doubt.
Like doubts and fear. Like, I just did a video on doubts and fear and how the enemy distract people regarding that. And like, the enemy has no control over you, right? You have control over the enemy, and you could rebuke the enemy for the things that he's doing. The only time he could take the things he could only take the things that you say out of your mouth, and he could only use those things against you, right? Because those are the things he knows. He doesn't know anything else, right? So that's what he uses against you, right? He uses the things of the world, like, you know, he'll use drugs, he'll use things where you get so addicted to it, or alcohol, whatever it is, and you get so addicted to that to the point of where you don't know what you're doing, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's the enemy's point, right? That's his thing, to make sure that anyone that God has created, his whole purpose is to draw them away from what the beauty of what God has for them, right? And let me tell you, he does a good job of doing it, right? And so we have to do a better job in saying, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that, right? But it comes down to each person, because each person has to make a decision and a choice. Just because something is in front of you, it doesn't mean that you need to take it, because you know that it's going to be bad for you, right? You know that it's going to make you go into a space where you're not supposed to be, right? And so that's not going to be good in that way. But yeah, like, that's the great thing about God. He will pick us up from where we are, and he will clean us off, and he's not going to say blah 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 blah. He's not going to do that. He doesn't point a finger. No. And like, there's lots of places like where I attend, like, you know, they have like a food bank, and they have like places where people might be going through abuse or alcohol or substance abuse or whatever it is, and that place helps them to be able to get their feet up, you know, to go provide food for them, shelter for them in ways, you know, if they're unable to find things like that. But like I said, God puts people in our lives, right, to help us and to open doors for us. But it's whether or not we walk into that door that he opens.
Yeah.
Because there is better. But the enemy likes to tell you there is no better place, right? But there is better. Yeah. 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 Wow.